All right, requesters. So these are people who are coming and saying, hey, you know, I need a new report, or I have this just general information I'm trying to get out of the system, or I see a data quality problem, or whatever the thing might be. So, you know, I talked about approaching data governance as a customer service activity, and if you do that here, if you want to get adoption by these people to engage with the content and the process and the expertise that you have here, and there's a lot. I mean, there could be some things too. It's like, you know, having them be aware of and honor data privacy rules and things like that. So there's lots of things you do, but the whole point of this is to approach this like you would if you were, you know, rolling out a help desk system, or rolling out a, you know, some other kind of ticketing thing for how do you get them to engage. And one thing, you know, if you want people to keep using it, engage, then you should figure out how you're providing them help, right? So that sort of customer service approach with where you're able to find the right collaborators and generate responses, even if it doesn't already exist, is super helpful to keep them engaged. Use existing points of entry, right? So that means if they're used to requesting things or going through your existing ticketing system or going to a website and filling out a form, and they do that for other things, don't make them have to go to a different place just to interact with data governance, right? So if you can keep them working in that system and have some new options or new choices or new requests, that's a good thing. If you can't do that, then be sure to advertise and promote these points of entry in this method of, like, you know, how to get help. And you know, you can be shameless about it. You have lunch and learns. You have you know, buy cookies for everyone, and put up posters in the bathroom or whatever you want for this. Also, you know, understand that it might be okay to say, hey, we're just going to roll this out to sort of certain groups first, and then everyone, you know, because it might be unfeasible to try to get everyone to start using it from the start. And then, you know, coordinate with existing support processes. So if you've got a team that is already dealing with help desk, or you got a team that's already doing that, you know, if you can enlist them to sort of add this as an option, that's really helpful. All right, consumer, same thing. So I've got a report, and I'm looking at it, and I got a response, or I'm, you know, and I'm saying, I don't understand what this is, or I'm trying to get information. So how do you, you know, take the content that you have here and the information about the data and give it to the people who are consuming your data so they have better understanding and transparency? So I think that, you know, embedding the content sort of on the report through links and clicks and is super helpful. And like our tool can do that, where you have, using the APIs, you can be on a report looking at it and click on it and it'll pop up the curated information. Embed points of entry for, you know, like, hey, you're reviewing a report and someone says, I would like this curated, or I see a problem, have that, you know, where they're working. And of course, advertise and train them on it. Another thing is sort of to build a culture around that it's okay to challenge the data and ask questions. And I think the example I like is, you know, particularly with the higher education clients we have, is this concept of, you know, citation needed, right? So it's very common that people request citation on an academic paper or a scientific paper. And I think that should become a very reasonable, a positive thing to request, and something that is gladly given when someone is looking at a report and says, where do these numbers come from? I don't understand it. Can you please explain it? And to create that citation happily for them, and to celebrate that, and to have, you know, that regular conversation with someone saying, no, I have a report here of the customer satisfaction score, and you'd be like, all right, can you clarify, is that the customer satisfaction score that we use, you know, per product, or is that the customer satisfaction score that we use per account? Because those are differently calculated. Oh, I don't know. Well, let's figure that out. Like, those are the type of conversations that would be great for people to have and be able to go look at it. You know, like the, you know, Guinness Book of World Records became a way to settle bar fights, right? I mean, bar arguments around statistics. Like, that's the same thing here.